land far beyond the mountains, where the air is fresh and the sky is always painted with soft hues of blue and pink, there was a place that few had ever seen. This place was known as the Forest of Eternal Twilight. The forest was named not because it was dark, but because the sun never fully set there. The sky was always a soft, glowing twilight, casting a gentle light over the land that made everything seem a little more magical. In the heart of the forest, there was a path that wound through the trees, shaded by towering oaks and ancient pines. The air was filled with the scent of pine needles and wildflowers, and the softest of breezes would whisper through the leaves above. Along this path walked a lone traveler. She had been exploring the world for many years, always moving from one place to another, searching for something she couldn't quite name. But when she arrived at the Forest of Eternal Twilight, something felt different. The moment she stepped beneath the canopy of the trees, she felt a deep sense of peace wash over her, as though the forest itself was welcoming her, wrapping her in its calm embrace. The traveler took her time as she walked, listening to the sounds of the forest around her. The birds here had a different song than those in other places. Their calls were soft and melodic, blending with the rustling of the leaves and the distant trickle of a stream that flowed somewhere deeper in the woods. She wandered for hours, losing herself in the beauty of the twilight forest. Every now and then, she would stop to admire the wildflowers that grew in clusters along the path. Tiny blue bells, delicate daisies, and golden buttercups that seemed to glow softly in the twilight. As she walked further, she came across a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was a crystal clear pond, its surface as smooth as glass, reflecting the soft pink and purple hues of the twilight sky above. The water was so still that it seemed to be like a mirror, capturing the beauty of the forest in perfect detail. The traveler knelt by the edge of the pond, dipping her fingers into the cool water. It was refreshing, and as she sat there, she felt the last remnants of her tiredness slip away, replaced by a profound sense of calm. She decided to rest for a while by the pond, leaning back against a large, moss-covered stone that had been warmed by the gentle glow of the eternal twilight. As she closed her eyes, she could feel the soft grass beneath her, cushioning her body as she relaxed. The forest around her was quiet, save for the occasional sound of a bird flitting through the trees or the gentle rustle of the leaves as the wind passed through. Time seemed to slow down, as if the forest existed in a place beyond the normal flow of hours and minutes. As she rested, her mind began to wander. She thought of all the places she had been, the mountains she had climbed, the rivers she had crossed, but none of those places had felt like this one. There was something special about the forest of eternal twilight. It was as if this place had been waiting for her, calling to her across the miles, inviting her to rest and find peace. Her thoughts drifted further as she imagined herself becoming a part of the forest, her body growing lighter, almost as if it were merging with the soft grass and the gentle twilight around her. She felt weightless, like a leaf floating on a breeze, carried effortlessly through the air. In her mind's eye, she saw herself wandering deeper into the forest, following the stream she had heard earlier. She imagined the water sparkling in the soft light, weaving its way between the trees, guiding her to hidden places only known to the forest itself. She saw herself walking through fields of wildflowers that stretched out as far as the eye could see. The colors so vivid, they seemed to pulse with life. She imagined herself standing at the edge of a great, tranquil lake, watching as the twilight sky reflected off the surface of the water, casting a soft glow over everything. She imagined herself lying down in a soft bed of moss, nestled between the roots of an ancient tree. The tree was tall and strong, its branches stretching high into the sky. As she lay there, she felt completely at peace, as if the tree itself was watching over her, protecting her as she drifted into a deep, restful sleep. In reality, the traveler's body was growing heavier and more relaxed by the minute. She could feel herself slipping into that same peaceful sleep she had imagined. Her breathing was slow and steady, in perfect rhythm with the soft sounds of the forest around her. The world grew quieter, softer, until all that remained was the gentle hum of the twilight and the warmth of the forest wrapping in its embrace. And as the traveler finally drifted off to sleep, the forest of eternal twilight washed over her, its peaceful energy ensuring that her dreams would be filled with nothing but calm and light. In this magical place, where time seemed to stand still, she found the rest she had been searching for, and the twilight never faded. Good night and sweet dreams.